Hello guys, how are you today? So today I'll be explaining the algebra quiz practice, section 6.1. So let us start with the first question. I believe for the grade 9s, their final, and also for the grade 10s, you're allowed to use the calculator, okay? So do use the calculator because there's no need to do it on paper. You can do it on the calculator. Why? First of all, this notation is called the sigma notation. Okay? Or in other terms, it represents the sum of sigma or sum of. It's just another way to write it. So for example, if you are saying variable a plus b, instead of doing a plus b, you can do the sum of a, b, just like this, okay? Now, when it is written like this, you could do it on the paper, but it's gonna take a long time. That's why we have it on the calculator, and it's much preferable and much easier and less of a waste of time to use it on your calculator. So on your calculator, you are gonna do shift log. There is two logs. There's a log on my calculator, just plain log, and then there's a log like this. You choose this log over here. You're gonna do shift log, okay? And then you will see something like this. You will see the sigma notation. You will have a box on top. X is equal to box, and then brackets box. Now, what does each one mean? This box is the top value. So in this case, it's gonna be 40. X is equal to box. On your calculator, it is X, but on the computer, it is I. So instead of X is equal to box, you use I is equal to box. In this case, it is 1. So on the calculator, the top value, you are going to put it as 40. The bottom value, which is X is equal to, you are going to put it as 1. And then now in the brackets, what do we do in the brackets? Very simply, we have 3i. Remember, we said that I is x. So very simply, on the calculator, you will put 3x plus 1. If you don't know how to put x on your calculator, you have to click on the alpha function. There is an alpha function. Okay? And then you will click on this bracket over here, and you will get x. So alpha bracket, you will get 3x, and then you just put plus 1. You put equal, and you are gonna get your answer, which is 2,500. Now, very simply, you see by using the calculator, we got our answer. This is just like very easy, simple marks. Now here, the first 4 terms of a sequence are 5, 8, 13, and 20. They told us they need the 5th term. But if you continue reading, they will tell you, and the nth term is n squared plus box. Okay, they told us nth term is n squared plus box. That means the first term, which is this one over here, it is gonna be 1 squared plus box. Let us find the value of box. 1 squared plus box is equal to 5. 1 squared is 1, so bring it to the other side. Box is then equal to 4. We found this part over here. Now very simply, we'll be able to find the 5th term. So the 5th term, it is 5 squared plus 4. You will put it on your calculator, and you will get an answer of 29. We move on to part B. They said the what term of the sequence is equal to 404. We know the equation is n squared plus 4 is equal to number. If the number is 404, you will bring it here. N squared is equal to 400. Then n squared is equal to plus or minus 20. Of course, you are going to choose plus 20 because it is a term. It cannot be a negative number. So our answer is going to be plus 20. We move on to question number 3. This question is a bit tricky, so please do focus on this question. It's tricky, not difficult. It's only you could mess up. So consider the sequence un defined by u1 is equal to u for all n greater than 1. Un is equal to 2 un minus 1 minus n. Let vn equal 3 un plus 4. Express vn in terms of vn minus 1 and whatever. So all of this is just like big amount of words. What you need to do is you need to understand what they want. There's no need to read it all. You just need to understand what they want. They said they need Vn in terms of Vn minus 1. Okay, so keep this in mind while we are solving. we need to find in the end Vn in terms of Vn minus 1. So we start with the given. Our given is Un is equal to 2 Un minus 1 minus 9. And then Vn is equal to 3 Un plus 4. Okay, what you are going to do is you're going to substitute Un in Un. So it's going to become Vn, it's equal to 3 times 2 Un minus 1 minus 9 plus 4. So then, after solving it, it's going to be Vn is equal to 6 Un minus 1 minus 27 plus 4, which is then minus 23. So Vn equals 6 Un minus 1 minus 23. Now, we're gonna keep this aside and we're gonna do something different, okay? We know, based on the given, that Vn, it is equal to 3 Un plus 4. But we need to find Vn minus 1. How do we find Vn minus 1 given Vn? Very simply, look what's gonna happen. Vn minus 1 is equal to 3 Un minus 1 plus 4. So if you do minus 1 to the n over here, you will also do minus 1 to the n over here. And just like that, we found the term Vn minus 1, which is 3 Un minus 1 plus 4. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to keep Un minus 1 as the subject of the sentence. So, how do we get Un minus 1 by itself? That means, first of all, you will move 4 to the other side. So it will become Vn minus 1 minus 4, okay? Divided by what? 3. So very simply, you now have the term of Un minus 1, which is Vn minus 1. Let me just write it in a better manner. So Vn minus 1 minus 4 over 3. Okay? Now what are we gonna do? We now have the value of what? We have the value of Un minus 1. And we also have Vn is equal to 6 Un minus 1 minus 23. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Vn, okay, it is equal to 6, and we're going to substitute the Un minus 1 by Vn minus 1 minus 4 over 3, and then we are going to subtract from it 23. Okay, so now the final equation looks like this. Vn, okay, is equal to 6 times Vn minus 1 minus 4 over 3 minus 23. Now, if you solve it, you are going to get Vn is equal to 2 Vn minus 1 minus 31. So very simply, just like that, we found Vn in terms of Vn minus 1. So Vn is equal to 2 Vn minus 1 minus 31. We move on to question number 4. In question number 4, consider the sequence defined by the rule Bn equals n squared plus n. They need B10 minus B5. Very simply, B10 minus B5. B10, it's going to be 10 squared plus 10 minus B5, which is 5 squared plus 5. Put it on your calculator. Okay, so 10 squared plus 10 minus 5 squared plus 5. You are going to get an answer of 80. We move on to question number 5. Consider the sequence defined by the rule Un is equal to n squared plus 1. They need U1 plus U5. So very simple. It's going to be 1 squared plus 1 plus 5 squared plus 1. You add them together. Let me do it. It's going to be 1 squared plus 1 plus 5 squared plus 1. You're going to get an answer of 28. So very simply, our answer is 28. We move on to question number 6. This question is long, okay? And they put some things that might trick you. Now, these are helpful if you are going to do it on paper. But since you guys are allowed to use the calculator, and since we are allowed to use the calculator, okay, you will just put it on the calculator, very simply. So these are important if you are doing it on paper without calculator. Whereas these, they are you can do them very simply with the calculator, okay? So on the calculator, you're gonna do shift log. On the top part of the calculator, you are gonna put 10. The bottom part, x is equal to 1. Now in the brackets, you are gonna put, first of all, 2, I squared becomes x squared plus 4x minus 1. So on the calculator, you're gonna do 2 shift x squared plus 4, sorry, not shift x, alpha x minus 1. So you put it on the calculator, 10 x equals 1, 2x squared plus 4x minus 1, and you're gonna get the first answer to be 980. Okay? For the second one, also we're gonna do it. 10 x is equal to 1, 2x squared plus x minus 4, you put it on the calculator, and you will get the answer to be 785. We move on to part C. Now here, before, whatever you do, before you put this on the calculator, you're supposed to expand it. So you could do it on a paper, you could expand it on a paper, it will become I squared minus 3I plus 2. Okay, always expand because it will make your answer accurate, okay? So you will put 20 on top, x is equal to 1, open brackets, I squared minus 3I plus 2. Instead of I, put x, so it becomes x squared minus 3x plus 2. So let us do it, shift log, okay? 20 on top, 1 at the bottom, and then alpha x squared minus 3 alpha x plus 2, and you're gonna put equal, and you're gonna get an answer which is equal to 2280. So the answer is 2280. We move on to question number 7. Here also, like, all of this is just using calculators. I feel it's really unnecessary to make this video. But because of that one specific question, question number 3, it's difficult to do it with your calculator. And you can't even do it on your calculator, and it's very tricky. So I'm just gonna do the full quiz. So using the fact that the sum of the first k integers is whatever, we are gonna use this on the calculator. Okay, so you will put on the calculator 25 on top, x is equal to 1, and then here you will put what? You will put 12x. So put it on the calculator. Shift log 25 over 1, and then 12x, we will get an answer of 3,900. Okay? Now we move on to 8. Here, this can be done without the calculator. We don't need the calculator, but if it's for the equations, then yes. Now, consider the sequence Vn defined by V1 is equal to 5, V2 is equal to 1, and Vn is equal to 3Vn minus 1 minus 2Vn minus 2. Now, we need to find what? The value of V4. V4, it's equal to 3 times V4 minus 1, which is 3, minus 2V4 minus 2, which is 2. So we are given V1 and V2, but we need to find V3. Very simply, to find V3, we're gonna do 3 times V2 minus 2 times V1. So 3 times V2, which is 1, minus 2 times V1, which is 5. Put it on your calculator and you will get an answer of minus 7. Now we have the value of what? Of V3. So we can proceed with this calculation over here. So it will become V4 is equal to 3 times V3, which we found to be minus 7, minus 2 times V2, which is 1. So minus 21 minus 2, you will get an answer of minus 23. We move on to question number 9. Consider the finite sequence V is equal to whatever. They need V2 plus V5. This is V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Okay, so they need V2 plus V5. You're going to take V2, which is 5, plus V5, which is 26. You will add them together, and you will get an answer, which is 31. Okay, we move on to question number 10. This as well does not need too much thinking. You want it on the calculator. So up you will put 3, down you will put x is equal to 1, and then here you will put 3x minus 2, and you will get an answer of 12. Now, of course, if you want to check, what you're going to do is you're going to take the first number, on the top and the number at the bottom. That means the number sequence is going from 1 to 3. So what you're gonna have to do, it's gonna be 3 times 1 minus 2 plus 3 times 2 minus 2 plus 3 times 3 minus 2. This is one way to do it. Or another way to do it is to apply n over 2, the sum n over 2 times a1 plus a2, not a2, sorry, a1 plus an. So here, n, it's gonna be 3, okay? So 3 over 2 times a1, which is 3 times 1 minus 2, which is 1, plus the third term, because an will become a3, so 3 times 3 minus 2, it is 7. So you put it on your calculator or whatever, and you're gonna get an answer of 12. No matter what you do, it's gonna be the same logic as like putting it directly on the calculator as this. Now finally, the last question. Again, it's a very simple question. They might use this to trick you. They will tell you this, okay? But that will make you think what? That will make you think that the AI is equal to 15, so you'll have to put 15 in the AI. No, this is just there to confuse you. What you're actually gonna do is you're gonna put it over here. So it will become 5 sigma notation x is equal to 1, okay? In brackets 3, substitute AI with x minus 2. So put it shift log 5 1 and then 3x minus 2, and you will get an answer of 35. So very simply, the answer is gonna be 35. Let's submit, and hopefully there are no mistakes. And thank God there are no mistakes. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.